Hey guys, welcome to Pizza Reviews. Today we're looking at the UMIDIGI X that we kind of got in the mail the other day. I haven't had too much time to play around with it, but it's kind of the official impressions of the phone. See what it does, see what it doesn't do, whatever else. First thing is, I really wish this guy would have came with a clear case. I managed to pick up this case off AliExpress. It really makes the phone stand out. This is the A5 Pro. I really wish that they came with a clear case. It would have really made that nice red background this phone actually came with stand out, but no can do, I guess. On the outside of the phone, I kind of noticed that there is a indicator, a message indicator on top, which nobody actually mentioned anywhere. Just kind of show that to you guys. There it is on top right there. Show the charging. It kind of blinks when it's charging. When it's full, I think it stops. I think it stops blinking. Definitely kind of cool. Didn't know it was there. It's a nice little touch. First thing is the fingerprint reader in the phone. It's pretty good overall, but it could use some work. I guess these fingerprint readers are camera based, and in this one in particular, I have to have two fingers memorized. I think there's 4 profiles on these 2 fingers just to have the whole finger work properly. Seems to be a common issue with the fingerprint readers inside the screens. The other thing a lot of people have been commenting about is the 720 screen in this phone. I feel that when you have these phones side by side, yes, the screen's a little bit maybe blurry, but to be honest with you, when you're actually using the phone, I really think the OLED screen, the pop of it, the colors and everything else really set that aside. Do I wish it had a better screen? Yes, but again, for the price range, it's pretty decent. Other thing, we'll kind of look at some of the features of the phone. So we'll go through some of the settings here. It's pretty standard, pretty clean Android on the phone overall. It's got some of the night features where at night it'll turn on it'll make the screen a little bit, I guess it's called night light. It makes the screen have a little bit yellowish of a tinge. Network, internet, connected devices, app settings, battery. Some of the cool things I found out is you can change the navigation key to whatever you, I guess, want. There's 2 options really in it. You can also have swipe up gestures. It kind of explains to you the different swipe up gestures the phone can get. I haven't really played too much up with them. I still kind of like the actual navigation buttons on the bottom of the screen. There's also gesture operation. We can do stuff with gestures. There's the absolute split screen, which is kind of cool. We can do record screen as well. I'll show you how the split screen works in a second here. Battery, pretty standard. Wallpaper, sounds. Face unlock actually works pretty good. Actually works really good. No complaints on that. Some of the accessibility options you can have. I found there's some sort of high contrast mode. I haven't really played around with that setting. In the system settings, just about the phone, you can get some of the updates. And the updates, I think, is when the phone was shipped, there hasn't been any updates on this phone just yet. When I got the UMIDIGI A5 Pro, there was an update right away. This phone has not gotten an update. Overall, the cell phone is pretty good. As far as, the cell phone signal is pretty good. It gets pretty much better reception everywhere compared to the A5 Pro. I don't know why, especially on the 3G. We'll kind of go through a couple of the camera settings here. So it's got, it's got short video, which is kind of cool. There's a slow motion video. There is the regular video. There's a photo. There's a 48 meg shot, I guess. You can change the 48 meg, which honestly does nothing. I kind of have a different video for the camera shots, and there's also a panorama, which I haven't played too much around with, but it's kind of cool. In the portrait mode, it, I guess, uses the bokeh effect. I think in selfie mode also you can change the beauty settings as well, which is kind of popular. In the beauty settings, you can change the eyes and whatever else. One thing that was kind of I'm going to show you guys that I wasn't too impressed with this phone is the p-test of Wi-Fi. So in the house here I got 300 megs. So off this phone, off this Wi-Fi in the house here, I get brutal speeds around 30 megs. I really don't know why. It's connected properly, everything else is fine. All the APN settings are set up and everything else. Or sorry, all this is just on the APN settings, but it's getting the proper networks. But yeah, 27 down. Compared that to a let's see here, speed test. Compare that, there's a speed test on the Samsung S7. We're getting 325. So we go here. Yeah, it's complete different ball game here, and just show you some of the results here. We're getting like 27, 14, 30, 19, same upload speeds. On this thing here, we're getting 325, 324, 194, 155, 172. So I'm not sure what to say on that end. I haven't played around with it too much yet, but kind of disappointing Wi-Fi speed so far. But just for browsing and stuff, it's good enough. Anyway, if you guys have any comments or questions, please leave it in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe the video.